Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we'll be playing with Natasha Denona Eye Sculpt Texture and Tone Palette. I pick up the dramatic one just because from the two of them, I believe this one is actually going to be more like I'm going to use most of it. And of course, I was draw about the shimmers in here. There are two shades in here that are absolutely stunning. So each palette has 18 eyeshadows, which are made in Italy with 24 months of shelf life. It actually includes the newest Silky Matte and the Sleep Cream Matte formula, and of course 3 metallic finishes. Now, what is interesting about this that we have vertical columns and horizontal columns, and I read from Natasha Denona website. So the vertical columns represent specific undertones. We have yellow, cool, rosy, peach, warm, and neutral. Perfect for easy monochromatic looks ranging from fair to deep. And then on the horizontal rows, we progress from light to dark, eye sculpting, creating classic everyday to bold looks. So the dramatic, which I choose, and I'm going to do some makeup looks with it today, it is designed for deeper skin tones. So I do think this is a very interesting concept from her. Nothing like very extravagant, but very useful in terms of how to use an eyeshadow, because sometimes we buy an eyeshadow, we look at it and we don't know exactly what to expect. So in my opinion, this is very interesting concept and a very easy way to actually clarify the eyeshadow and how to use it. For if you are a beginner, for example, and if you buy an eyeshadow, if you don't know exactly how to and which color should go which. I did pick up this eyeshadow palette just because I'm always draw about the deeper shades. Of course, this is intended for deeper skin tones or a very like smoky eye kind of thing, bold makeup looks. Now the interesting eyeshadow, the formula, this one, it is P3. This is looking like most autumny kind of shades. The formula, it is really nice. I believe this one might be the new Sleep Cream Matte formula, this P3. And then the sparkles from here, the one that I most draw, it is this one actually. It is C2, because the other shimmers that we have in here are actually a little bit similar with some shades from I Need a Warm palette and Golden palette. Now I already have swatches in comparison with those two palettes. I don't know which video is going to be up, but I did the comparison only with the shimmers in here, because in my opinion the shimmers are the only one that actually attracts me in a palette. For me personally, if you want me to compare any of these matte eyeshadow with other matte eyeshadow from other palettes, it doesn't have to be Natasha Denona, please tell me in the comments. Now, one thing I want to say, all this swatch really well. It was one like taking the product, swiping full pigment, all swatch really well. So I was really impressed. So the formula, definitely it is a new one, a better one in my opinion, and this is nice also for traveling. I do like it very much how this looks. In my mind it was I was thinking that this is actually going to be bigger, but it is not. Very well done, travel friendly. And yeah, this is how it looks. I will be doing some makeup looks with it. I do have a nice mirror in here that is nice for traveling, and I do have a full face of makeup, which is actually going a little bit with this deeper kind of eyeshadow palette. But yeah, I bought it from Cool Beauty. It is available at Natasha Denona website. It is available, I believe, at Space NK, maybe it's Sephora. I will link it down below. Again, if you shop to my links, thank you very much, because it does help my channel. So that being said, let's move to the actual makeup looks. Now the first that I actually want to use, it is this row from here, especially this shade from here. So I will take definitely this shade P3. This actually, I don't know, it's just cream. Yeah, this is the perfect terracotta brownish shade, and I think this is that newest kind of formula. Okay, this is just perfection. I'm not going to do both of the eyes just because I do want to perform more eye makeup looks, but definitely I will play with this palette in some shorts and realizing more makeup looks. I'm going to apply just to see how it goes on top the shimmer, which is corresponding. It is P2, and this is actually nice. Of course, the pairing it will be perfect, really pretty, and this is very simple to do and achieve. I always take my shimmers, as you know, with my fingers. But I don't have fallout, so definitely the formula in this palette it's actually new and improved. I did took a little bit of this P1 under. This comes from Peach. This is a very autumny kind of makeup look. I do like it very much, and I think I will pair this shade, which is Y1. From here it is a lightest yellow gold shade, and I'm going to apply this here. Okay, this is a very simple eye makeup look, very autumny in my opinion, which you can use by following the row, like vertically, let's say. And I will apply mascara after I do the other eye, because next I want to use, I don't know if it will be this, but I want to use this shade from here. This is a perfect purplish shade. It's swatch, really pretty. It has some kind of golden silver reflection, and yeah, I'm going with a little bit soft. I'm going first with this C1. I was thinking to take C3, but this is almost like a black. So this I think I'm going to use very close to the eyelashes, but for the entire eyelid I'm actually going to apply C3. Now this apply really good on the eyes. I'm going directly with C2. This is a beautiful purplish shade, really stunning. When I saw this shade, it was yeah, I knew I need to have it. This is, I don't know if I have something like this in my collection. Okay, this is for like a smoky, a very dramatic eye look for a night going out. And I think these are two kind of very different makeup looks that you can achieve with this. This is why it is called dramatic eyeshadow. With this I would prefer to have, to be honest, a little bit of a silvery shimmer in here. For example, if I were to travel somewhere and would take only this like as an eyeshadow, I would like to have something more cool tone, silvery kind of for this, especially for this makeup look. I need this kind of, I don't, probably it will go well with a golden kind of shimmer, but I would prefer to have a silvery one. It's just in my mind, it makes more sense. But yeah, I imagine that for the point of this like palette, that could not be possible. For the shades from here, just for diversion, but I will mix these two, which is Y2 and Y2. Both of these are golden. We don't have a silvery shade. Now, in my opinion, this look will be better with a more kind of silvery. And this actually apply, I don't know if it is my brush. They apply very sheer with a brush. So I apply a little bit of Sisley mascara in black format, and these are the two makeup looks which in my opinion are very kind of different. This I can actually use now in the autumn time. It will be a very daily basis makeup look for me, very autumny one, and it is a very simple one. It is this one from here, something unique that I don't have in my other Natasha Denona palettes or even Patmograph or any other eyeshadow that I have in my collection. No, it is not. However, the formula and especially this shade from here, P3, it's absolutely unique. It blended beautifully, full pigment, no fallout. I do like this shade. I would prefer to have this formula from here in more shades from the entire palette, because I think this one it's actually unique, or it felt unique from the other ones. The most dramatic shade, like a smoky purple, this shade, it is absolutely stunning. I love it very much. It is a purplish with golden reflection. I don't know if I have something similar in terms of this shimmer in my collection. Now the mattes, they did apply and blend beautifully, the darkest one. So I did have a little bit of fallout in this C1. I didn't use at all C3, so that is more intense of a black. But whatever I use, I have anyway minimum fallout. And so far in terms of color story, this one, it is the most unique from the entire palette, I believe. And this one, it is the shade that I actually like in terms of the formula, how it applies, how it blends on the eyes. So the two looks again, which I think are going to be the most like different from this palette, because if I'm looking especially in this kind of part, the look might be very similar, except for these two shimmers, I mean three shimmers that we have in here. The other three are more in the golden rosy kind of peachy vibes, which are not actually on my soul, let's say. So I will be removing this eye makeup looks, and probably I will be creating 2 more or 3 more, we will see. Next, I will choose in terms of shimmer. So the two shimmers that are a little bit different in here are this one and this one. So we have R2 and N2. We have a more like eggplant burgundy kind of shade, and then a more maroon vibes, which these two I believe are going to be different on the eyes. And again, I will stick with the raw format, like vertical raw format, if you are going to play it like this. So first I'm going to start with this row, which is N1. I'm going to take N3 on a flat brush, refire again, and a refire number 2. And I'm going to apply that or pack it like all over the lid. It will be more, I want those shimmer to pop on a more darkened base, and I don't want to see how these mattes like work. Now I'm going to take this N2, the shimmer. Again, it is with the finger, it is the way that I actually always apply my shimmers. It's not only with Natasha Denona. And you can use these shimmers only by themselves. You don't have to build it up on a deeper base, but I do want to see how they look on a more intense kind of base. And with whatever I took, I do have a little bit of fallout, but probably it is me because I took too much product. Now this is again a shade that I actually like to use during the winter time. For me it is a very, I don't know, it is a shade that I always wear, and I do like to apply it autumn winter time. It is really nice. I'm just taking a clean brush and just blend the edges really well. I'm going to take N1 from here and apply it a little bit under the eye. And I think with this makeup look you do actually have like some shimmers in here that are those golden shimmer that I can actually use for the inner corner. And also if you want, you can pop these 3 shimmers here in the middle just for a little bit of luminosity if you would like that. I'm going to take P2 from here. It is the warmer like peach shade shimmer, and I'm going to apply this to the inner corner. Okay, I think with a brown mascara this will kind of complement the makeup look. And I don't know, it is something about the whole, it's a monochromatic kind of makeup look, but it's really unique one and very beautiful for, especially for autumn season. Yeah, I will stick, I believe, with this row, and then probably I will choose final makeup look using some combos, not necessarily a row from here. Other side, because I'm going to apply mascara at the end, I'm going to use this row exactly how it is. I'm going to take first this shade from here. It is R3, and I'm just applying with a more fluffiest brush. Okay. Oh, but this is such a pretty, I wouldn't say so. From the From here, this color didn't spoke to me at all, but look at this. I think this palette, especially if you love this kind of vibes in the autumn time, this palette it is for you. This is absolutely stunning on the eyes, and this R3, it's actually, this was a surprise how it looks. I didn't imagine it's going to be this color. It's almost like a coppery color. Okay, this is very pretty, really pretty. And of course I'm going to take the shimmer from here, and this is more like a winey burgundy, more like maybe an eggplant shade, really stunning. And of course on top of that shade it is absolutely perfectly. I'm going to take with the this one from here, the shimmer from here, and I'm going to apply this to the inner corner. Now when I apply with this kind of brush, these shimmers are actually very subtle. I was expecting for more pigment. When I apply it with the finger, it's actually going really well. I'm going to take with the same brush, I'm going to take R1 from here, this one, and I'm going, because this is a more like slimmer palette, I'm going under the eye. Two more looks with this palette. I apply a little bit of a brown mascara from YSL, and these are the looks. Definitely more autumny. Definitely these are like, it will show on deeper skin tones. Now again, the color stories, I wouldn't say they are something unique, and the shimmer that I apply in here, this one and this one, I wouldn't say they are as sparkling as other shimmers that I have tried, or at least on those matte colors that I use. It's not as reflecting. Of course I don't have sun because it got cloudy again, so this is the second look. But in terms of color story and how they sparkle, I will probably expect it more to be more sparkling in a way. Definitely in like direct sunlight you will get more of that subtle sparkles, because this will have some kind of reflection, really beautiful. But but inside the house with no light or natural light, without any artificial light, it's looking just like more like a satiny kind of vibes. It doesn't look as sparkling. Of course not everyone wants very sparkling eyeshadows. Again, for me this is a very autumny, both of these are very autumny kind of makeup looks. I do like them. It was very easy to achieve, very easy to blend, almost no fallout from them. This shade actually impressed me. I think the mattes in here are actually really good formula. They blend and apply really well. But this I want more from this the entire palette. I don't know exactly how many have this formula from the P3, because even in the pan it looks more creamy and different than the others, and it is the only one that actually looks creamiest from the mattes in here. So these are the two looks. I'm going to remove it and do a final look. I'm back and I'm going to do one more makeup look. I don't want to use this yellow from here, and I will take it and apply it all over the lid. I want to see how it looks by itself, to be honest. And I'm taking with a fluffy brush. Okay, this is really pretty, and yes, I think you can achieve with this one a very like matte makeup look. If you have deeper skin tones, I think this actually can be as a brighter to the inner corner, a brighter shade to the inner corner. I'm going to mix these two shades from here. I don't think I use them by now, and I'm going to apply those to the out of corner. I don't know if I'm going with a more like matte makeup look, to be honest, and I can go a little bit under. I'm going to take a little bit of this P3 and apply it with a smaller brush. I want to apply this very close to the eyelashes. It's more exactly like an eyeliner. Okay, this is perfection if you want to use it as an eyeliner for like a smaller brush. Perfect. I'm going to take P1 from here and I'm going to blend under the eye that P3 shade. I do like it how it turned out. It's really autumny, kind of vibes this makeup look in a way. I'm going to go again in this yellow shade and apply a little bit more because I think it's kind of fading, and I'm going also to the out of corner. I'm going to apply a little bit of this shimmer, but just because these are more subtle in a way, and it will be more like a subtle touch of sparkle in the inner corner. It's actually very, very subtle, this ones, or especially apply with this brush, I don't know. Okay, so this is the final look, the almost all matte makeup look with this Natasha Denona Non palette. I apply a little bit of YSL Brown mascara, which I think it goes really well with this makeup look. To be honest, it is one of my favorite matte looks that I have achieved in a while. It's just vibing, everything very easy to work with. The mattes in here are absolutely stunning, so I believe even if you have something similar in terms of color story regarding the mattes, these mattes are almost do themselves the job, almost blend themselves on the eyes. I don't know exactly how to express myself, just because these are very easy to work with, minimum fallout. Sometimes I tend to take too much product from here, so of course I will have fallout, but if you take too much product, just stop a little bit the brush so the excess will go down. But again, very easy to use, very creamy, very blendable. I am impressed with the formula. Even when I swatched them, they felt creamy and full pigment. It was not one eyeshadow that it was patchy. Now for the shimmer part, I will say that in terms of color story or what shimmers we have in here, this is not something new or unexpected that I never have or tried in my life. They apply with the brush, they are very, very subtle on the eyes. Maybe they are intended to be subtle. The only one that I'm very impressed and very excited, it is this one. It is C2. It is the most beautiful purplish shade, and yes, you can achieve a very holiday kind of dramatic smoky purplish look with it. I do like this shade very, very much. Now in terms of formula, they apply beautifully, no fallout almost. Again, with the shimmers, I always apply them with a finger. It's just my way of applying. I think the most of the pigment you will get applied with a finger or with a wet brush. Otherwise, taking like a normal dry brush, it will be a little bit more subtle, depending of course what you are searching in a makeup look in the end. But overall, I do like this palette. In terms of formula, I do think the formula that it is in here, it is a very easy formula to work with, and it is very easy if you're a beginner in makeup. Of course, you don't have to choose this palette. You can choose the soft one if you want a more soft kind of everyday more makeup looks. But this for me was the one that actually got my eyes, and I was thinking that the most that I'm going to use, just because these colors are my colors in general. And as I told you, I wish she will extend this to a more army green kind of shade. I think for the dramatic, or at least one, except for like the 3 golden shades that I say they are all in the golden kind of family. I would prefer to have here a more army green or a khaki kind of green. That one I think will actually make this palette perfect. I mean, I would not need another palette to have it with me. And probably, as I told you before, a silvery shimmer, just because in my opinion, or I don't like it to pair these smoky purplish shades with golden shades. It's just me. It doesn't have to be. She knew best when she created this palette, but it is just my personal preference. What I wish I had more in here. Except for that, the formula, it's absolutely amazing. And yes, if you are beginning in makeup, I do recommend this palette, the soft or the dramatic. It really blends really easy. And I do like very much this last makeup look that I created. I wasn't expecting to create a whole like matte makeup look, but it does look really well. So definitely, if you want to go all matte, you can go with this palette, no problem. And on deeper skin tones, I believe this will look absolutely gorgeous. Now tell me in the comments if you are planning to buy this or maybe the other one, or if you already bought it. What do you think about it? I will link where you can buy this. Again, if you shop to my links, thank you very much, because it really helps my channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.